So, I have communication difficulties. Mostly it's due to people cutting me off and talking over me and having no understanding whatsoever of autism. But it's not just autism. PTSD comes from living on the streets. For a lot of us, we had it before we ended up on the streets. And then, of course, we got these idiots who aren't going to hear what we have to say. They're too busy trying to fill space. A lot of times they have a quick fucking answer before we've even said anything. Quick excuse. A quick way to cut us off. How many times are you going to cut us off and then get aggravated at us and then tell us we can't get aggravated? That lady yesterday that I was on the phone with, you know what? I called her up. I talked to her. In the end, I ended up just telling her she's a cunt. That's because she wanted to play victim after talking over me. Now, she doesn't register it in her head that she talked over me. Now, what's this got to do with the rest of these people in Whale and Lolatai? Well, first of all, Michelle Rodriguez was homeless when she was assaulted. The two people that got paid was Zayd Atkinson and Sammie Lawrence IV. Neither were homeless, both were black. Both sold a very racist narrative. Now, with Michelle Rodriguez, I got to watch that video, at least what they put on the news, or on Facebook or YouTube. Man, it's a lot of different stuff to try to remember all at once. And it gets real complicated. And when you want an instant answer, you want instant gratification. You want that person to be Johnny on the spot with you. Fuck. Jesus, fuck that. Whoo. Ooh, that was unexpected. Anyway, Michelle Rodriguez, she cursed. So people are like, oh my God, she cursed. Same thing with Zayd Atkinson. He cursed. People didn't freak out as much when he cursed. We had a lot of ladies real popular with that one. So, Zayd Atkinson, however, him and Sammie Lawrence IV also did something that I would expect people to do. But one of them, at least, Sammie Lawrence IV, he should have known better than to play the race card. It worked for him, even though Zayd Atkinson is much lighter than Whale and Lolatai. When we go in for help, we're completely disrespected. Completely. When Zayd Atkinson was assaulted by Whale and Lolatai, Zayd Atkinson was allowed to go to a lot of meetings. He wasn't run out of town. For me, I could have stuck around. It would have resulted in a lot more violence because people were getting violent with me. They were getting violent with each other because I was around. Then people wanted to tell me to go to the shelter, the shelter, the shelter, the shelter. You have no idea how dangerous the goddamn shelter is after a situation like that. That's first of all. See, here's the thing. Boulder was my home, and I had idiots wanting to tell me, oh, well, why don't you go to the Boulder shelter? Hey, here's the link to the shelter. Dude, shut the fuck up. You have no goddamn clue what's going on. I know where the shelter is. I walked people to the shelter for 7 fucking years. I know where the warming centers were. I walked people to them for 7 years. When people were trying to send me to the warming center, when I said, I need a safe place to go, that's not what they heard. They didn't hear a safe place to go. What they heard is, he's homeless, he should go to a homeless shelter. And that's the problem with you not fucking listening, with you not comprehending, with you not using your fucking brain. You make any excuse why it's okay to do to me. Any excuse. I shouldn't have had to go to talk to the police by myself ever. Someone should have fucking been there with me. I shouldn't have had to pull any of the crazy antics that I've had to pull. And you know, Zayd Atkinson could have made it better for a lot of people. Same thing with Sammie Lawrence IV. Both of those punk-ass little bitches knew that they were targeted because they were assumed to be homeless. Both of them knew that the only reason they got paid is because they weren't homeless. Now that lady I was speaking with yesterday on the phone, the one who I called a cunt. Yeah, it's stop pressuring me to give you instant gratification, woman. Stop. You're getting people killed by doing that. Does she care? No, she doesn't. Are there people who understand? Yeah. Guaranteed, Michelle Clark has seen enough fucking bodies. She has seen the repercussions of the Boulder police. She has seen the repercussions of selling a false narrative. Why do I still keep speaking up for Sammie Lawrence IV and Zayd Atkinson? They're both still victims. But unlike myself and Michelle Rodriguez, they got paid. I've spent more money in the last 6 years since being assaulted by Waylon Lowell. I have spent more money than I've received. Fucking bills. If I'd have had a friend in any of these situations, any of them, I'd have never ended up locked up or in the fucking hospital. If I'd have had one friend to fucking speak up for me, to fucking stand up for me, but not a goddamn one. Meanwhile, yeah, sure, Michelle Rodriguez may not have done all the nicest things with me. Might not have done all the kindest things, but you know what? She knows the people that I do. She knows their character, she knows their flaws. When we try to get help, it's different. It's different than you going in and them listening intently. No, if we go in, they're agitated. They're fucking agitated. If we can't give them an answer immediately. Hey, I've got all the evidence in all of these fucking bags. In these electronic devices. I just don't have a friend or family member to go through it with. My little sister and her friend Ed absconded with about $2,200 worth of equipment and cash, not counting the computer full of evidence they destroyed. Now, why do I say they? Because Tara already knew Ed was not to be over there. It wasn't supposed to be me and Tara and fucking two idiots. It was supposed to be me and my little sister helping me. But she was so fucked up on meth. Michelle Rodriguez, you know what a problem that is. You've met my older brother Rabbit. You get to hear with all of the people that I go to, nearly all of them. You know, they start off kind of sort of listening. Then they get fucking bored and irate. Or fucking pissed off when I say, hey, you need to fucking listen to the victim, not the other way around. You need to stop speaking over me. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on because everybody's busy talking over me. Trying to fill space. That's one of those things that I bitch at women about, don't I? It's one of those things I bitch at men about, don't I? You notice that when I bitch at men and women, I bitch at both of them. I'll make one video where I bitch at men, and I'll make one video where I bitch at women because you guys are sexist. People are shitty. Men aren't shitty. Women aren't shitty. People are shitty. Michelle Rodriguez has been fighting a tough fight. And these Nazi pieces of shit don't give a fuck about any of us. When you're out on the streets, these agencies aren't out to help you. They're out to get tax dollars. Free tax dollars. They're getting free tax dollars for doing jack shit. Jack shit. Hey, Michelle Rodriguez, I got really good news. I have a lot of recordings here in Oregon. I've got a lot of recordings all over the place. The things that we needed in Colorado to protect ourselves from police, I'm trying my best. I've got a lot of equipment. Problem is, I don't know how to use it. I'm separated from my friends and family, and they don't understand how frustrated it is for me because they get to see friends and family. For all of these people who threw me away like I was garbage, they have replacements. That's right. I am easily replaceable. That's because I'm a tool. A lot of us men are tools. We want to believe. And of course, then women oftentimes try pretending that it's about sex. When they don't get what they want right when they want it, it's because you're a pervert. You are a pervert. Luckily for Michelle, she didn't have to deal with that. Neither did Zayd Atkinson, neither did Sammie Lawrence IV. You get to see how looks play a very, very large part. While people want to type that I look like a insert some bullshit there, you know? Anyway, this is getting to be a longer video than I wanted it to be. Michelle Rodriguez could really use your help. This is nationwide. It's not just Boulder. These police are Nazis everywhere. We need to put a stop to it. We got the body cameras, thank goodness, but you get to see the body cameras don't keep us safe because we have to pay money to get those body cameras from, and we're fucking poor. Where are we going to get the money for that? And they know it. That lady yesterday lied out her ass at me multiple times. A lot of people did yesterday. A lot of people who didn't take the time to find out what was going on didn't care about the evidence. They cared about absolutely nothing except running me out the door because I was trying to tell on them and their coworkers. Being treated inhumanely for the last, since 2015 when I hurt my back and Boulder police just wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. Like, I was injured, I needed to heal up, and I couldn't. The police were fucking relentless. There's a lot of cowards in the situation, too. A lot of straight up cowards. Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez was manipulated by, God, what's his name? Darren O'Connor. But she wasn't the only one. So was Sammie Lawrence IV. He was trying to tell me, go to Darren O'Connor, go to Darren O'Connor. Darren O'Connor only cares about his own image. He's a guitar player. He cares about one thing and one thing only. Pussy. Is that rude of me to insinuate that all guitar players just want vagina? Is that rude and inconsiderate of me? Well, look at Pierre. Nearly every guitar player I ever knew did it to try to get laid. As far as Michelle Rodriguez goes, she deserved far better and still does. She's still having to go through hell trying to fight these pieces of shit. Zayd Atkinson got it easy. Real easy. Same thing with Sammie Lawrence IV. Real easy. It could have been a lot worse. If either one of them had been homeless, it would be worse. You get to see how the American public doesn't give a fuck if you victimize the homeless. Only if they're black in a house. Well, that's racist. It's also prejudice against people who are homeless. Zayd Atkinson doesn't care. Doesn't. He does or he doesn't. He does or he doesn't. Well, the first time he spoke after the incident, he was speaking up for all of his victims. And by the second time he spoke, it was a race thing. A lot of my friends in Boulder are dead. I'm never going to get to see them again. I'm never going to get to see them again because Natalie Marie Bollinger, Maddie Boa, and Alicia Michelle Bollinger didn't want to tell the truth because they were embarrassed. They didn't get what they wanted right when they fucking wanted it. And I have example after example of people who wanted to fill space with telling me what to fucking do. Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up and listen to the victim. Michelle Rodriguez, I want your story. I want your story. There are a lot of victims out there who need your story. And that sounds rude of me, and that sounds like a ploy to get you to speak. Well, it is. I do need you to speak. Many of us need you to speak. Your words are important. Sammie Lawrence IV threw every one of us under the bus, but his words are important too. Zayd Atkinson threw all of us under the bus, but his words are important too. You have no idea how much racism I get from BLM. But I speak up about BLM being a racist hate group, don't I? They're not any different than the KKK. Michelle Rodriguez, thank you very much for getting a hold of me again. We know that these asswipes are going to try to fill any empty space with fucking useless jargon. They all do this to us. This is why homeless people need to go in with other homeless people. When this shit happens, you need to listen to what the cops are saying. And if at all possible, record it. When they take advantage of a broke person, they know exactly what they're doing. Michelle Rodriguez knows this. They know exactly what they're doing. And I think that you guys should listen to Michelle. Even if she doesn't agree with me, her words are important. Zayd Atkinson's words are important. Sammie Lawrence IV's words are important. Also, however, Sammie Lawrence IV was very much going out of his way not to understand my disabilities and to treat me like shit because of his. Sammie Lawrence IV is a punk. He can prove me wrong, but he won't. Zayd Atkinson is a punk. He could prove me wrong, but he won't. Michelle, your words matter. Your life matters. Your thoughts, feelings, and opinions do matter. And fuck anybody that says otherwise.